Now we're ready to start building out this home page. So as I mentioned before, I like to keep the home pages for these affiliate marketing blog type websites fairly simple. All I really want to display are a few posts that I'd like to direct my visitors to, and maybe a little section that explains a bit more about either myself or the website. If you're making a services business site, the steps will be very much the same in terms of adding the features and elements. However, you just include probably a bit more information about your site and some extra images and branding elements, I would imagine. But to start with, what I like to do right at the very top is include a featured post box. So this is maybe one, two, or three posts that I keep in this top box that I'd really like my audience or the visitors to my site to visit. So to do that and to add any element to the site, come over to the right, hit this little plus button here, and these are all the blocks you can add to your website inside Thrive Content Builder. So the one I want is a featured posts block. So you can search here. There we go. It's called a post grid. So drag that over. And then once you've dragged a block in, all of your editing options come up on the left. So I can edit the grid options first. So that's how you edit what posts you want it to display. As you've got the layout of it, I'm going to have, yeah, if we go for 3 posts, I'll keep the columns as 3. Layout horizontal, display grid, text type. I'm not actually going to include any text anyway, so it doesn't matter. All I'm going to include here is the featured image, the title, and then a read more tag on the query. So the content we just want posts to appear. I'm going to select 3. So now it'll just be these 3 here. Order them by, keep them by date, that's fine. For this one, I'm actually going to select specific posts anyway. And then we'll go on to the filters. So this is where you decide what posts you want to display in your grid. So you can choose a specific category, tags, posts from a certain author, custom taxonomies for custom tags and categories, and then the individual posts, which is what we're going to use to pick some specific posts to display in this grid here. I'll scroll down a bit. So the 3 we'll pick, start with this one here. So all you need to do is come down, start typing the title of the post you'd like to appear, and then they should pop up. So we'll go for that one. And then the others will go for 2 of these affiliate marketing ones. So these are just example blogs that I made earlier. So that one will go for. And then the last one, that one. Okay. So we've got the 3 posts that we want to display in this grid. So we can click done. And now we'll edit how it looks. So we've got the main options. So you can edit the image height. So those I think are probably a little bit big. So we'll decrease that. See how it looks. About there, 180, 182. And you can also edit the title font size by clicking across here. Again, I think that's a bit big, so we'll go maybe 30. Yep, go with that. Line height will keep the same, and you can edit the text color as well. For now, we'll keep it black. And we come down. You can edit the alignment. So I've gone already and put that in the middle. So we'll center that. Layout and position. So this comes up for pretty much any element you add into your page. And what this refers to are the margins on the outside of the content box and then the padding on the inside. So this increases or decreases the space between the edge of your element and the element either above it, below it, or to the sides. And then these ones increases the space in between the edge of your element box and the actual element itself. So I'll just quickly show you that. So if you just increase, unlock it, just increase this top one, you'll see that the space between the top of the box and the element itself here increases. So you can just move your elements about the page very easily and get them in exactly the right position. But we'll keep it as it was at 0 for now. And then we'll add a background to this bit here. So we'll just add a little bit of colour. I think I'll use, you can put images in there if you want, gradients, things of that nature, but I think I'll use that gold colour that I've been using. Paste it in there, apply. You can also edit the opacity of that, make it more transparent. And then what we'll do is add a border around the edge. So that's this top one here. You can choose what borders you want if you just wanted one or two edges, but we've clicked the middle here, so that will go all the way around. And I'll have a 2 pixel border, I think. And again, we'll choose the same color. Apply that. And I'll probably increase that to 3, make it a little thicker. And also I want to round the corners off, make it a bit smoother, so that's this option here. I'll type in 10 for that. Let's click away just to see how it's looking so far. Not too bad. Can live with that. And we'll remove this just to get an idea of how it's looking on a full screen. And you can also, down the bottom here, preview it on different size devices. So kind of a tablet size. As you can see there, that will display that as a vertical column instead. And on mobile, it will do the same. So you have your 3 featured posts here. You can edit the size of these mobile view independently from the desktop view by just having that selected, bringing your tools back, selecting the element, and then editing it in here. The changes you make in here whilst in the mobile view shouldn't transfer to the desktop view. So you can make it a little bit smaller in here if you wanted to change the image height for mobile. Maybe the font size for mobile as well. There we go, so it just looks a little bit neater on the phone. So now if I just click away and come back to the desktop, they'll be bigger as we made them before. So again, you can just go through and edit on both desktop, or all 3 really, desktop, tablet size and mobile. The mobile is really important now because more or less half of your traffic is going to come from mobile, so it's worth checking just to make sure it looks good on both mobile and desktop devices. Okay, so that's the featured posts grid. What I want to add to this is a title up here so people know that they're actually featured posts. And to do that, we'll add another element. And for this one, we're going to add a heading. Drag it over above the post grid. And we'll just type in here, featured articles. Center that. Bold it as well. Select it. Bold. And we'll go with that. Maybe drop it down a little bit. So I want it a little bit closer to this grid. So to do that, I'm going to select the grid and go to this layout option. You can see here the margin is 20. So that's 20 pixels of space between the top of this and the bottom of this. So I'm just going to decrease that and probably go for 0. There we go. Just bring it up a little bit. Cool. We've got our featured articles. What does that look like? Gold, I wonder. So you can change the colour of it. Main options. Just want to see what it looks like in this gold colour. Yep, looks okay. And what about a highlight of black? What does that look like? Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. So that's our featured posts box done. The next part I'm going to add, after this, to break up the page, I'd like to put in a full kind of width strip with a little bit of info about me. Because as we haven't got an about me page separately, I just want to add some info to the home page instead. So to do that, I'm going to come over, add, and I'm going to add a page or a background section. So if you just click on it, it'll automatically add it below the previous section or the previous element. So for that background section, I'm going to edit it and make it black. So background style. There we go. I also want to apply that anytime you make any changes, just click apply. I also want to stretch it all the way across. So